guys, it's Jen here at Check Her Joy, and it's October, which means Halloween. So this is my TBR list for books that I want to read in October, mostly because, they're Halloween-ish monster-type books, and I've been putting them off until it got to be the right time to set the perfect mood for October. I love Halloween, guys. I really do. So, the first book on my list is 8 Tales of Terror. These are short stories by Edgar Allan Poe. I have read some of, but not all of these short stories. Stories in this book are The Cask of Amontillado, which I have not read, Hop Frog, which I have, MS Found in a Bottle, MS period Found in a Bottle, have not read that one. Ligeia, have not read. The Fall of the House of Usher, which I have read. William Wilson, which I have not. The Mask of the Red Death, which I think I've read, but I'm not positive. And The Imp of the Perverse, which I have not read. So, I've got part of this book to read, and I will probably read the whole thing, because the stories that I have read are awesome. Edgar Allan Poe is, the perfect morbid, Macabre, Halloween author. Then I have Tales of Mystery and the Macabre by Elizabeth Gaskell. These are a collection of short stories by Elizabeth Gaskell, who wrote North and South and Cranford, but these are kind of darker stories from her. I haven't read any of these, but here are the stories that are in here. The Old Nurse's Story, The Squire's Story, The Poor Clare, Lois the Witch, The Doom of the Griffiths, The Ghost in the Garden, The Grey Woman, Curious If True, and Disappearances. So, excited. So the next book on my list is Roald Dahl's Book of Ghost Stories, which is a collection of short stories which is edited by Roald Dahl. He picked them. They aren't necessarily, I don't think they are written by Roald Dahl at all. So when I picked up this book the first time, I thought it was going to be children's stories that were a little bit creepy, like Twitches and the BFG and Matilda, and this is not it at all. These are very creepy, very scary. I started reading one and had to put the book away. I'm definitely going to read these during the daylight. So the stories in here are W.S. by L.P. Hartley, Harry by Rosemary Timperley, The Corner Shop by Cynthia Askith, In the Tube by E.F. Benson, Christmas Meeting by Rosemary Timperley, Elias and the Drog by Jonas Lai, Playmates by A.M. Burridge, Ringing the Changes by Robert Ackman, The Telephone by Mary Treadgold, The Ghost of a Hand by J. Sheridan Lefano, The Sweeper by A.M. Burridge, Afterward by Edith Wharton, On the Brighton Road by Richard Middleton, and The Upper Berth by F. Marion Crawford. So, lots of spooky ghost stories going on here. The next book on my list is A Long and Fatal Love Chase by Louisa May Alcott. And this is a gothic romance type story. I hope that's what I'm kind of getting the vibe off of here. I'll read you the description on the back. I'd gladly sell my soul to Satan for a year of freedom, cries impetuous Rosamond Vivian to her callous grandfather. Then, one stormy night, a brooding stranger appears in her remote island home, ready to take Rosamond at her word. Spellbound by the mysterious Philip Tempest, Rosamond is seduced by the promises of love and freedom, then spirited away on Tempest's sumptuous yacht. Yet she finds herself trapped in a web of intrigue, cruelty, and deceit. Desperate to escape, she flees to Italy, France, and Germany, from Parisian garret to mental asylum, from convent to chateau, as Tempest stalks every step of the fiery beauty who has become his obsession. Very, very promising. These are by Michael Thomas Ford. They are Jane Bites Back and Jane Goes Batty. I honestly don't remember which one's first right now. Obviously, I'll look that up before I read them. But they are about Jane Austen, who is actually a vampire, and she's been hiding out as, the owner of this bookstore, and now she wants to write a book, and I love the idea of Jane Austen as a vampire. That's pretty much all I need to know. I am super psyched to read these, although I have had them on my shelf for a while and haven't gotten to them yet. So we will see. hopefully I will get through these. The next book on my list is Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman, and the main character, Richard Mayhew, is like a normal guy. Then he stops to help this woman who is in distress on this London street, and it leads him into this dark world. And I am excited, and I don't want to know too much about the world he gets into. Like, I want to just have it unfold. But I love Neil Gaiman's writing, and lots of people think this is like amazing, so I'm really hoping it is. The next book on my list is co-written by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. It is Good Omens, and it is about the end of the world and this coming apocalypse and the Antichrist. And I don't know why I haven't read this book yet. I'm ready for all the chaos that happens in this book and just all these themes of like supernatural stuff happening. So the next book on my list is Soul Music by Terry Pratchett. This is one of the Discworld novels, and it's one of the few books about death that I haven't read yet because he's my favorite character. So in this book, I think Death wants to become a rock star, or there's something about rock music in here, and I need to read it because it's one of the Death books, and it sounds excellent. Totally sounds awesome. So hopefully. And the last book on my list is In the Company of Ogres by A. Martinez. I love his absurd kind of fantastical writing. I'm going to read the back for this one because I don't think I can abbreviate it better, especially since I haven't read it yet. So for someone who's immortal, never dead Ned manages to die with alarming frequency. He just has the annoying habit of rising from the grave. But this soldier might be better off dead than face his latest assignment. Ogre Company is a motley, undisciplined group of soldiers whose leaders tend to die under somewhat questionable circumstances. That's where Ned's rather unique talents come in. As Ogre Company's newly appointed commander, Ned finds himself in charge of such fine examples of military prowess as a moonstruck Amazon, a seductively scaly siren, a suicidal goblin daredevil pilot, and a walking tree with a chip on his shoulder. Ned has only 6 months to whip the Ogre Company into shape, but that's not the worst of his problems. Because now that Ned has found out why he keeps returning from the dead, he has to do everything he can to stay alive. So there is my TBR list for October and my Halloween reads. We'll see how many of I get through in the next few weeks, but I really love Halloween, guys, in case you can't tell. Yeah. If you have read any of these, and you can tell me what you thought of them without spoiling the book, feel free to leave that comment down below. And what books are you reading for Halloween? Or do you even get excited and celebrate it? I super love it as a sci-fi fantasy nerd, but we'll see. So peace out. I love you guys, and keep reading. Bye.